It's a little thing I saw this morning on YouTube, and it was about an orange. And today the chakra color is the Sacral Chakra, and it's all about the color orange. And this guy was talking about, it was from Wayne Dyer, and he was talking about like when you squeeze an orange, what comes out of it? Orange juice, because it's an integrity, you know, it's true through and through. So orange juice comes out of it. You might think to yourself, when I get squeezed, what comes out of me? Before I talked to my daughter this morning, I was like, when I get squeezed, laughter comes out. That's not always true. When I get squeezed, truth comes out, but that's not always true. You know, this morning when I got squeezed and I wanted things to be my way, anger came out, judgment came out, improper use of guilt. I was like, I can't believe you're not doing this for me. So we want to pay attention to what happens when we get squeezed, because it's not an outside job. I can't say, oh, that happened, so this is how I feel. When those feelings come up, rage, anger, depression, when they come up, it's an inside thing. It's we're getting squeezed, and that's coming up and saying, hey, pay attention to me. This needs to be healed from the inside out. And I can no longer blame it on the outside situation. So, that's part of the message today. Aren't you glad you came to church? Your mom was about 10 years in.
Good morning and welcome to SpeakEasy. Do we have some newcomers today? Please raise your hand. So, welcome. Thank you for coming today. Maureen mentioned the Genius Bar. We noticed we had a bar here, and we thought it would be genius to have all the information back there. So if you have any questions, whether you're new or you've been here more than one time, join us back there at Fellowship, and we can answer any questions you have about SpeakEasy. Speaking of SpeakEasy, we are a progressive spiritual community. We're sharing a message of love and engaging in conversations that will help well-being, personal and spiritual growth. Love is our religion, care is our currency, and peace is our goal. And last week, Sarah Cannell, the wonderful speaker that we had, talked about something called tribal agreements. And I thought about that a lot this week. And what came to me was when I was younger, I used to go to Mass. That's where I started in church. And back then, in the olden days, there was Latin. That was the language that the Mass was spoken in. So when I went to church, I didn't understand a thing. But I didn't think that was crazy because my parents spoke Polish at home. And I figured that whenever they did that, they didn't want us to know what was going on. So when I was at church, I just figured the guy up front did not want me to know what was going on. And I never questioned that. I just thought it was normal. So when I was thinking about the SpeakEasy and what I'm trying to say here is that when you come here, all of that comes with you, and we are really glad. We're glad you walk in here with your background and your beliefs and your questions, and we don't have the answers. We're all looking too. But in community, we get to gather together here at SpeakEasy. We get a conversation. It will come later in the service, and it's only 10 minutes, so we ask that you keep it short and you come from the I am. But come and bring all of that with you, because it's what makes the conversation rich. It's what leads all of us to find our personal answers. Thank you.
The Sacral Chakra is about pleasure. You know, pleasure is an important aspect of life because it allows us to be fully well lit and then be able to serve from a full well. And I want to be happy, but I can't be happy till I make you happy too. We know that is what? That is what? People pleasing. Yeah, bullshit. Just call it bullshit. Well, thank you. Let's all say together, that's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, we gotta come wholly to it, and we come wholly by being in our pleasure. And how do we do that? We figure out what lights us up. So Abigail Gazda is going to tell us how to let go of the bullshit, how to really let go of that which is not serving you, and move into a greater idea of yourself. And you can do that by following the thread of your happiness. Your happiness serves everyone. You know, in the Course in Miracles, it says happiness is our function. It literally says that happiness is the most important thing that we can actually offer to the world. So it would be really important for us to figure out where we find our happiness, where we're well lit, what lights us up, and then to do that. Because if you find what makes you happy, you will never have to work a day in your life. Somebody who said, don't mix business with pleasure is a idiot, okay? If you don't mix business with pleasure, then you're going to be working every single day of your life, and no one's going to want to buy your business, okay? You have to figure out how to bring your happiness into everything you do. Bring it into your church. Bring it into your sexuality. Bring it into the places that you do business. I apologize for saying bad words. And I also want to know that there's no bad words, bad people, or bad things except for that we make it so. Okay? So nothing can harm us but our own thoughts. And today we're going to ask our own internal teacher to keep us open-minded, open-hearted, and able to receive the wisdom and inspiration that's going to come forth through Abigail Gazda. And I'm so grateful that we have her to share with us today. So please welcome up Abigail Gazda from California.
Hi, I'm Abigail. Who I am is a possibility of joy and connection and authenticity. And so that's what I'm going to bring to you today. Okay? I invite you to think of what you are the possibility of and what you hold the space, what you hold and allow to show up in your space. And so, Billy, will you stand up for a second? I want to thank you for coming today because your mom, it sounds like she dragged you by your hair. I want to thank you for coming today because without you showing up, we wouldn't have gotten the gift of your voice and opening up this practice. So thank you.
Yeah.
So driving here, I spoke with Maureen last week about coming, and my extended family, Katie, invited me to look inward and like explore each chakra. What is going on with me spiritually? How aware of myself am I, really? And when you're looking into your chakras, I also invite you to look at what's in the way. Like if you're like, I am so creative, I am so powerful, I'm gonna go be that, and you walk right up to whatever your own barrier is. For me, it was fear of rejection, massive fear of rejection. I was a people pleaser, and I wanted to be liked, and I wanted to be good enough. But so as soon as I'd get out there and I thought, oh, I could potentially be rejected, I would like skirt around that and find a new way to be, instead of finding a way to be myself all the way through it. So please be yourselves. Please share yourself with the world. And please, for the love of God, allow others to be themselves. Invite them out of their cages. Because the way that you get to have this conversation in the world is being this conversation in the world. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't learn it. You just be you. And anything that comes out of your mouth, if you're speaking from love, it doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong way. So please do that for me, with me, and for the world. Okay? Thank you guys.